Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have a makeup tutorial for you guys, and it is on this look that you see right here. I call it Little Bit of Blues because that's pretty much what it is. It is a relatively natural makeup look with a pop of blue on the outer corner and the lower lash line, which is accentuated by a little bit in the inner corner. So I was inspired by this look. I was inspired for this look, believe it or not, actually by the Percy Jackson series. I don't know why, but I've been going back and reading the books, and I watched the 2 movies that came out, even though they're terrible compared to the books, but good movies in and of themselves. So I was inspired by that and his love of blue, as well as his parentage, which is a son of Poseidon. So he's got a little bit like blue-green stuff going on. So I remember when those books first came out, and like the movies came out and stuff like that, I used to do like a natural look up top and then put blue on my lower lash line, and that was the way I paid homage to the book and everything like that, and that was really, really cool. I've just kind of been getting back to loving that series again, and so I wanted to do something inspired by that, as well as his love for blue food, which if you haven't read the books, you totally should. It's in there. But yeah, so this is a makeup look that I created. Again, it's very, very natural looking, very wearable, but definitely does have that pop of color, and it's really going to look good on like brown eyes and green eyes and stuff like that. It looks good on just about all eye colors. Mine are green, but it's really going to pop on like brown eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the video. I really hope that you guys enjoy. So this is the look that we are making today. As I said in the intro, I call it Little Bit of Blues because that's literally what it is. There's a little bit of blue on the outer corner and there's blue on the lower lash line, but other than that, it is a really wearable, natural look. So it just has a little pop of color in it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to start by priming my eyes. And obviously, as you can see, I already have the one eye done, so that makes this really easy. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelid. Tuck my hair back so you can actually see what's happening. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with my James Charles Morphe palette. And I'm going to go in with the color Punch Me, which is a light brown. It's the lightest brown in the palette. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that in my crease. And I'm going to do this with a very light hand because since I've already done the other eye, there's still a little bit of darker brown on here. So I don't want to get too much of that and affect the ability to build. So I'm just going to go in with a light hand and just put that in my crease. I'm just going to put that in windshield wiper motions using a very light hand, almost just grabbing like the back of the brush, not putting a lot of pressure on it. Just making it very, very easy. So the next colors that I'm going to go in are 10% Off and No Beans, which are 2 of the browns that are in the middle row with pans as opposed to small pans. I'm just going to again go in, tap that off. I'm going to put that on like the outer half / crease. And I'm going to focus that mostly on the outer half of my crease as opposed to going all the way in like I did with Punch Me. And you can see that really warms up the look because these are 2 very, very warm browns. 10% off especially. It's almost like an orangey brown. So once I have very little product, that's when I'm going to start dragging it in a little bit more towards my inner corner. And I'm using that to just kind of blend out the crease. Next I'm going to go in with the color Tea, which is a really dark brown. Not the darkest brown in the palette, but a very, very dark brown. All you need is a little bit on the brush. I'm just going to tap that in there, tap it off, and then go in on the outer half and crease. Again, using a very light hand with this because as you can see already, it's a very pigmented color, very opaque. And I'm going to focus that like I did before on the outer half of my crease and outer portion of my eye, and then blend inwards as the product fades off with the brush. And I also don't want this to get too high above my crease onto my brow bone because I still want to put a brow bone color, which I actually forgot to do on the other eye, so we'll do that on both eyes when we get there. So now I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to go in with the color Sister, Ring Light, and a little bit of So Good. And those are 3 of the shimmery colors in the palette. We have kind of like a peachy champagne. We have just a shimmery fluorescent white, and then we have a gold. And I'm just going to take that, a little bit of all three of those on my finger, like this. I'm going to put that on my eyelid. And I'm going to pat that in so I can really get good color payoff and pigment on my eye. If I drag it, it'll just end up looking streaky, and we don't want that. So now I'm going to take the same brush we were using, and I'm just going to kind of go in the crease again. I didn't pick up any additional product. I'm just using this to kind of blend out the white that we just put on. Okay, so now I'm going to take a big fluffy accent brush like this, and I'm going to go in with the color Acapella, which is a shimmery dark blue. Looks like that. And I'm going to put that on the outer half of my eye, very, very gently blending inwards. I don't want to go more than halfway across my eyelid, to make sure I'm using the right side. And again, I'm going to pat that on and slowly blend inwards. So it looks like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same blend of shimmery colors that we used on the eyelid, and I'm just going to kind of reapply that and slightly put it over the edge of the blue, and that will just help to blend the two colors nicely, make sure there's no harsh lines separating the two of them. And it will also reinforce the brightness of the color that we put on the lid. And then, again, just kind of ever so slightly get a little bit more blue on there. Ever so slightly. It's a building process, a blending process, you know. So that is pretty much the eyelid done. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go in with my inner corner color and my brow bone color, and for that I'm just going to take this brush right here, and I'm just going to take the color Ring Light, which is that shimmery white, and I'm just going to go in on my brow bone. And I think a white looks really, really good with this look. But I'm not going to put that on the inner corner, because what I'm actually going to put on the inner corner is I'm going to take the color Hello, which is a very, very light, shimmery blue. It's really, really cool looking. I love it. Looks like that. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner. And that will just kind of enhance the blue a little bit. Reinforce the blue that we have on the rest of the eye. Just like that. So now I'm going to take an angled eyeliner brush like this one, and I'm going to go in with that same color I used before, Acapella, as well as the color next to it, which is a matte darker blue with a little bit of purple undertone called Cola. And those two colors are going to go on my lower lash line. Sorry, I have to do this one a little closer to my mirror. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy blending brush like this one and just blend that out so it's not super harsh. Okay, so now I'm going to take a black liquid liner. I'm going to use my It Superhero liner, and I'm not going to do anything super dramatic. I'm just going to line my upper lash line, not wing it out or anything, and it's going to be a very thin line. Wow, there's all kinds of hair in my eye. It's going to be a very thin line. We just kind of want to accentuate the upper lashes and the stuff that we did on the eyelid. I'm going to pull my mirror closer to me for this one. There we go, just like that. So now we're going to go in with mascara, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lash primer, the Lancome CILS Booster. I'm just going to put that on my lashes. And then pretty much immediately I'm going to go in with my Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefit, a little mini. And I'm going to put that on my lashes. I'm going to make sure to wiggle as I'm moving upwards, because that will help keep the lashes from clumping and sticking together. You want to get as close to the base of the lashes as you can. Okay, so that's the first coat of mascara. And then for the second coat, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Snapscara and do the exact same thing. Just like that. Now I'm going to wait a second for that to dry, and then I'm going to curl my lashes. But while I'm waiting for my mascara to dry, I'm going to start going in with the face makeup. So I'm going to start by putting on my Sunset Striptease bronzer, and I have to be very careful with this one because since I don't use bronzer a lot, I'm pretty bad at blending it out. So I'm going to go in with this angled contour brush first because it's really fluffy and soft and blendable, and I'm going to go in on my neck first so that any color change that I have is down my neck. I'm just going to kind of gently put this around the edges of my face in that little 3 line. The little 3 shape that everybody does. And again, just kind of blend out as I go. And then I'm going to grab a big fluffy brush and just kind of put the bronzer all over my face. But again, blending very much down my neck. And this is just going to add a little warmth to my face, which I don't currently have. I haven't been out in the sun enough yet. So now super quickly, since it's been a minute, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. You can see that makes a huge difference. So next I'm going to go in with this angled contour brush, and I'm going to go in with my Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the color Feisty, which you guys have seen me use pretty much all the time. I'm just going to put that on the apples of my cheeks and blend backwards, using circular motions to really help blend this out. And then last but not least, for face makeup, I'm going to go ahead and take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Sun-Kissed, Sun-Dipped. I do that every single time. I'm going to take this color in the corner there called Tourmaline. I'm going to put that on my cheekbones, or excuse me, the tops of my cheeks. And I'm going to curve it a little bit around my eyebrow to kind of blend it in. There we go. So last but not least, I'm going to put on a little bit more lip balm because I can feel like mine's not there anymore. And this is the Burt's Bees lip balm in Cucumber Mint. I don't actually remember where I got this. I just got it at some point. It's a work in progress. I don't know. And then I'm going to go in with my Morphe liquid lipstick in Fatty. And I'm going to put a very, very thin layer of that on there. I don't want that to be the main color that I use. This is going to add a little bit more pinky red to the color that I'm going to put on top. And that color, if I can find it in my makeup bag over here, it's going to be the color Velvet Teddy, which looks like this. Obviously, you can probably tell it has a little bit of color up at the top there. It's because I use this as a topper most of the time, like I'm about to do. And that is it for the makeup. So again, this is the final product. I think it's really, really cute, really wearable. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup look. So let me know down below if you guys recreate this. I would love to see it. Feel free to post it either on my Instagram or my Twitter or anything like that, which if you don't already follow, you totally should. Again, please subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.